Your company just hired you, gave you a laptop, and on day one, you can't access anything. Not the internal dashboard, not the dev environment, nothing. It says, we run zero trust. That's not a bug. That's the whole point. Zero trust security is a model built on one rule. Never assume any user, device, or connection is safe, even if it's already inside your network. Traditional network security worked like a castle. Get past the drawbridge and you're trusted everywhere inside. Zero trust scraps that completely. Instead, think of every hallway in a building requiring its own badge scan. Every door, every room, every time. Your badge from HR doesn't get you into the server room just because you're in the building. Access is granted per request, not per location. The castle model collapsed because the perimeter stopped making sense. Employees work from coffee shops, home networks, hotel Wi-Fi. Corporate data lives in AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, not just on-premises servers behind a firewall. The inside of a network barely exists anymore, and attackers know this. A stolen VPN credential used to mean game over, full internal access, no further questions asked. In 2024, credential-based attacks accounted for the majority of enterprise breaches. One compromised account shouldn't mean a threat actor can move laterally through your entire infrastructure. Zero trust forces every connection to prove itself before it touches anything. So a compromised account can't automatically become a catastrophic breach. That's the practical difference. Zero trust isn't a single product you buy. It's an architecture, a set of principles enforced through several interlocking components. The core mechanism works like this. Every access request, whether it's a user opening a file, an app calling an API, or a device connecting to a service, gets evaluated dynamically before access is granted. That evaluation runs through a policy decision point, the brain of the system. It takes in signals. Who is this user? What device are they on? Is that device compliant with security policy? Where are they connecting from? What time is it? What have they been doing recently? Then it checks all of that against defined policies and returns a decision. Allow, deny, or step up authentication. The policy enforcement point, separate from the decision layer, is what actually opens or closes the door based on that decision. Think of it as the lock that the brain controls. Identity is everything here. Zero trust is fundamentally identity-based security. Tools like Okta, Azure Active Directory, or Google BeyondCorp anchor every request to a verified identity. Multi-factor authentication isn't optional, it's structural. Microsegmentation is the other critical piece. Instead of one flat internal network, zero trust networks are divided into small, isolated zones. A compromise in one zone can't automatically spread to others. The blast radius of any breach is contained by design. And if this is the kind of thing you want to actually understand, not just recognize the buzzword, Stack Future covers one concept like this every day. In practice, zero trust architecture often includes continuous verification, meaning access isn't just granted once per session. Behavior is monitored throughout. Unusual activity triggers re-authentication or automatic session termination. A mid-sized company runs a zero-trust model using Scalar Private Access, a common enterprise implementation. A developer tries to reach an internal code repository from her personal laptop. She opens the VPN, except it's not a traditional VPN. The Scalar client checks, is this device enrolled and compliant? It's not. Her personal machine doesn't have the required endpoint agent installed and fails the device posture check. Access denied. She switches to her company-issued laptop. The device check passes. She authenticates with her corporate credentials through Okta. MFA prompt appears. She approves it on her phone. The policy decision point evaluates everything. Valid identity, compliant device, expected location, normal working hours. Policy says allow. She reaches the repository and only the repository. Not the production database, not the payment service, not the HR system, just exactly what her role requires. That scoping isn't accidental. It's the microsegmentation policy doing its job. No breach in that scenario gets further than what she was already allowed to touch. Zero trust isn't about distrust. It's about removing assumptions. Every connection proves itself, every time, based on identity and context rather than location. That's what modern network access control actually looks like in 2025. Next up, how LLM context windows work and why there's a hard limit on how much an AI can remember in a single conversation. It's a more interesting engineering constraint than most people expect. If this clicked for you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this explanation when they need it.